What if I told you that you could still find classic cars for just a few $100? From forgotten 1940s Dodge trucks to rare imports like a 1966 Datsun Roadster, today we're diving into 10 project cars priced under $1,000. Some of these are rough, some come with piles of spare parts, and a few even run. Stick around because you might be surprised at what you can still score for less than the cost of a new set of tires. 1. 1960 American Rambler. This quirky little Rambler is a piece of history. It was one of the first unibody cars, and under the hood sits a flat six paired with an automatic transmission. The seller says the engine was rebuilt with only 40,000 miles on it since then, though it's been sitting. The front floorboards are rusted through, but it comes with a ton of extra parts: carburetors, starters, generators, a full exhaust, plus all the dashboard and interior pieces. On top of that, it's got 4 brand new tires waiting in storage. Clean title, too. For $1,000, this is a unique start for someone who loves oddball classics. 2. 1975 Ford F250 service truck. Here's a workhorse from the 70s, a service body Ford F250 with a straight 6 and a 4-speed manual. It runs but has rust and has been sitting for a while. Still, for under $700 with a clean title, it's either a donor or the beginning of a rugged old work truck revival. Three. 1970 Cadillac El Dorado. The definition of a parts car, this big El Dorado is rough, but it does have its legendary 8.2-liter V8 still in place, minus the carburetor, which has gone missing. Transmission is still there too. It was running when parked, but at this point it's probably best as a donor for another Eldo or as scrap metal art. At $450 with a clean title, it's hard to go wrong. 4. 1962 VW Bug. A Beetle project for just $600. This one has a complete engine that may be stuck, and it'll need new floors and a lot of love. Everything's there except the left rear fender. Whether you want to restore it or strip it for parts, old Bugs always have a following. 5. 1979 Ford Thunderbird. Here's a sentimental one. The owner has had it in the family for decades, but electrical gremlins sidelined it 13 years ago. The good: rebuilt motor, new radiator, new carb, upgraded stereo, clean title. The bad: it needs a full rewire, no keys, rust on the floors, dented roof, and steering column issues. It doesn't run. But at $500, this Thunderbird still carries potential, whether as a project or a parts donor.
Car number 6, 1966 Datsun Roadster. Next up is something you definitely don't see every day. A 1966 Datsun Roadster. Priced at just $700, this little two-seater was Nissan's answer to the British Roadsters of the 60s. It's rough, sure, it's been sitting for a while, but the seller says it's complete. For anyone into JDM history, this is a cool find. The 1.600 engine is still there, and even though it'll need plenty of work, cars like these are getting harder to come by in any condition. Car number 7, 1975 Dodge Tradesman van. Coming in at under $1,000, we've got a 1975 Dodge Tradesman van. Painted in brown and showing 80,000 miles, it starts but cuts off unless you pour gas directly into the carb. It even has 2025 registration, which is a bit of a surprise considering it needs to be towed. This van has the classic 70s vibe. Plenty of potential for a camper build, a funky project, or just a cool retro hauler. Car number 8, 1979 Plymouth Arrow pickup. At number 8, we've got a mini truck project, a 1979 Plymouth Arrow pickup for just $500. The seller admits it lost a cylinder and doesn't run, but the body is still in decent shape aside from a dent or two. The good news? A replacement fender comes with it, and the stock wheels are in the back. With compact trucks gaining popularity among collectors, this little Arrow could be a worthwhile save for the right person. Car number 9, 1951 Chevy Styleline Deluxe. Here's a classic 50s sedan, a 1951 Chevy Styleline Deluxe. The asking price is $1,000, and it comes with quite a bit of bonus equipment. The seller's including a disc brake conversion kit, new floor pans, and parts for a 12-volt electrical conversion. The engine isn't original. It seems to be from a late 50s Chevy truck, but that just adds a bit of intrigue. This one will need rust repair and body work, but with all the extras included, it's a solid base for someone who loves early 50s Chevys. Car number 10, 1946 Dodge truck. Last on today's list is a 1946 Dodge truck, priced at just $500. This one's been sitting for 20 years, but ran when it was parked. It's got a flathead engine, rear duals, a winch, and most importantly, a clean title. Trucks from the 40s have a special kind of charm, and while it needs a full restoration, the bones of this one are still there. For the price, it's a pretty amazing entry point into pre-war era Dodge trucks. That wraps up our look at 10 classic project cars, all priced under $1,000. Whether it was the funky Dodge Tradesman van, the rare Plymouth Arrow mini truck, or that sentimental Thunderbird project, each one has its own story and potential. Which one would you take on as your next build? Or maybe just save as yard art? Let me know in the comments below.